the bigger hammer of the two.
Yeah, that's right. Who had the bigger headbutt?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that excites me most about the patch. You know, I'm hoping we'll see the bunker composition, which
Yep.
is built around Bastion. I'm hoping we'll see what I've been calling Battle Bowl, which is just a squad of DPS heroes, and
Yep.
Wrecking Ball is your only tank. But what's most interesting to me on this patch is not that we're seeing these compositions, but we're seeing them switched into not just on a map by map basis, but point by point. You might take a composition to to take a certain point, but once you're, say, moving the cart in a hybrid map, then you're switching to a different composition, and that's the most exciting thing about the patch to me.
Oh, cool. So we're seeing a much more adaptation towards the enemy's competition, and then also what the actual objective at the time is.
Yeah, that's right, and a lot of variance between heroes depending on the enemy composition. So even goats, as we know it, at this point, more people are just referring to it as 3-3, 3 tanks, 3 supports, because there's so many variations now that to refer to it as goats is kind of misleading. We're seeing even DPS heroes occasionally, Sombra or even Pharah.
It's dissolved or devolved so much from the initialization of the team goats that obviously ran it back in the day.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the... Sorry, go ahead.
No, just to say, so it's we've gone on for that new hero. Obviously, new patch, new hero, Baptist. What does Baptist bring to the game of Overwatch now? Is Baptist even in this? Maybe he's not playable.
Baptiste definitely playable in a few compositions. The fear was that he's just going to make goats more powerful, because one of the big things he brings is his ability Immortality Field, and that is a little, what people have been calling a lamp, that he throws out, and it just creates a field around his team that means while they're in it, they can't die. They will go to low health, but they stop at 40 and they stay there. We are seeing goats make use of that sometimes. That's one of those variations that I was talking about. He's also a big part of the bunker composition, able to protect the Bastion even through ultimates from the enemy team.
Well, I mean, what you're looking at ultimates like, straight away, Diva's Bomb, just the self-destruct comes to mind. Like, that used to be such a impact if you didn't have, like, a Transcendence or something to sort of counter it. The Mortality Field, does that stop the bomb as well?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so how big is that?
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's also, as I was saying, it's a big piece of the bunker composition, because one of the only ways you beat that is by building up ult charges, and we've seen people playing Hanzo into it, just because if you throw a Dragon Strike at that Bastion, he has to move. Unless he has a Baptiste behind him, and he gets to just say, nah, I got you, pal, and throw down the Immortality Field. So Baptiste has been a big part, not only of goats, he definitely is playable in that, but he's been a big part of these new compositions as well, and that's pretty cool to see.
That's awesome. So it's always good to see a new hero make an impact in the game of Overwatch. Another more recent, well, not a little bit of an older hero, Ashley. She's not really that much, not really making an impact these days, is she? If at all.
No, I can't say that I think she's been played at all since the new patch, or even before it. She's just kind of... She's in this awkward place where it's, if you want that long-range damage, you play Widowmaker. If you want that mid-range damage, you play McCree. And she doesn't really offer anything too unique. Dynamite stomps in solo games, but with the coordination that you see in these pro games, it's less relevant.
It's she's looseful. Oh, well, that's unfortunate, but it's good to see Baptist though is making an impact in these games. For those that aren't aware as well, Baptist's ultimate is amplification matrix, and just the nature of that is it's a field, isn't it? And as projectiles pass through it, it actually increases the damage potential or healing potential.
Yeah, it doubles damage, doubles healing, which, again, very important for that Bastion composition. It's hard to last
shooting
long.
little projectiles through the field.
Against that. One of the funniest things to me as well is, this is just a small interaction, but it doubles damage, and Reinhardt's Fire Strike through that deals 200. So it's not impossible to just see Baptiste throw that up and see a Reinhardt Fire Strike wipe out every DPS on the enemy team.
Nice.
It's uncommon, but it's a funny thing. So it's one of those things that I'm kind of hoping for whenever those two are on the same team.
When all the stars align, literally. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm very excited to say that it looks like we're very closely getting in. It looks like we do have the Janitors OCE up against Team Pugs. And I believe if we actually look at this lineup, particularly from Janitors, it's very similar to the same Janitors as last time. They probably are the same team.
Yeah, I'm guessing they are. I think Team Pugs are a new one. They weren't in the finals that we cast last time. But Janitors, familiar faces.
Yep. Just here them mop up the competition here at RFLAN. See if they can do it for their second one in a row. And we are entering the game. We're going to watch Aschenwald. Aschenwald?
Yeah, Eichenwald's going to be first.
Eichenwald,
so.
yeah, that's it. That word. Just strange English letters I've never seen before.
Yeah, so hybrid map first up, of course. First, the attackers need to capture the point, and then they have to push the cart through to the end. Eichenwald is one that Goats has still been very popular on, but there is room to play, especially actually as attackers and defenders. One of the other compositions we've been seeing is one that indexes heavily onto DPS heroes 3 or even 4, and generally taking Wrecking Ball as your sole tank, because he just brings so much disruption that you don't need a second tank.
Yeah. I guess especially on this position here on this bridge here where you've got these knockoff points, a character like, you know, Wrecking Ball obviously adds to that, knocking heroes off into the dead zone. And I guess on assault, on attack, it's the same thing. You know, if you can knock someone into the dead zone, it's like it's a freebie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, and that's actually one of the interesting things that the patch changed. It was an engine change to just normalize knockbacks. It used to be dependent on momentum, so if you were moving away as you got knocked back, you got knocked back further. If you were moving towards them, it was shorter, and it just kind of felt weird, both for the player knocking people back and for you because you weren't sure where you were going to go.
Yeah.
So now with that normalization, heroes like Wrecking Ball and especially Winston are able to kind of control their knockbacks a lot more.
All right, so here we are, both teams now pretty much locked in the heroes they're going to select there. We're seeing on janitors, we've got Sombra, we've got Farah, Winston, Anna, Merce. It's been a while, and Diva come up against Hanzo, Reinhardt, Roadhog, Mora. Oh, Brigida's made an appearance, and of course Bastion. So we just see here right now, Convo on the Sombra gets taken out by Pesky. Was doing a good job there just to poke. Behind here, we do see Raven on the Mora trying to keep the team up, getting pushed back. Oh, unfortunately eliminated there. We see a good job there now from Janitors pushing in, but they are starting to lose some of their key supports in the forms of Anna.
Yeah, and interesting compositions from both of these teams. Not anything quite as...
Oh, the Winston's got in, however, he's getting the pressure onto the Reinhardt, trying to get onto the other side of that shield, just pressuring through now. Brigade's come and throw the stun, will take him out. It's good defensive there. 3 members down, nice barrage, however, taking out some members, and this defense is looking, this attack is looking strong now.
Yeah, and Janitors there, who needs team synergy when you've got Farah and Mercy? Yeah. That's all you need. Yvonne getting that perfect flank on Farah, the rocket barrage to finish some members off, and it was honestly just a 2-man show there to capture the first point.
Look, that was really nice there. I saw when Winston ended up sort of going under that line there, and he got stunned out. I thought it was game over, you know. Oh, look at this nice little DPS here from the side here from Sombra. They managed to clean up there on the the Bastion.
Excellent flank from Covino there, and then using the EMP to cancel Mercy's resurrection. So that Bastion needs to walk back from spawn now.
That's it. Oh, look at this Covino! It's the flanking legend.
What is Covino doing in the enemy spawn?
Metal Gear Covino there, going deep into enemy lines, keeping Bastion out of this fight. And that feels like a lot of damage on the side, you know, of Pugs here. Without that Bastion, they're in a little bit of trouble there. As the Pharaoh just pops from the skies, just taking him out. The rocket barrage is about to be ready. The Coalescence comes out, trying to keeping up alive here, but oh, yeah, Roadhog get the kill, but that's a rocket barrage for the next assault. But they're still alive. What is this? Someone check that person's computer. There's some shenanigans going on. They defend that push well, and they continue their assault into the final stages.
Yeah, not giving us a chance to catch our breath here. Janitors just kind of flexing individual plays. Farah finding these flanks. Covino going deep into enemy lines with the Metal Gear Solid action. And that cart never stopped moving. They're already at point 2.
Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing it contested at all. Yen here is looking for another connect in. Beautiful! It's getting the 10-player kill streak. Has been very dominant, finally taken down by Roadhog. Great use there. Roadhog now just acting as a bit of a living shield there to keep the Amora alive. But there's a bit of a brawl here in the small confined spaces where we see Winston will just take off with a Primal Rage, and he's getting the kills there with the support of Diva in the background as well. Covino taking out more players on the side of Pugs, and this is looking like a victory is moments away here for Janitors. Can they mop up this competition, or are they going to get stuck on this final turn? We do see Phil there Nice positioning there. The tactical visor has gone down. The bomb's gone in from D.Va, and it's going to be big. No, it only connects with Reinhardt, though it is a big meaty target. You'd see Pesky trying to get on the point. They're diving onto it now, but I don't think Pug's going to be able to hold this. And the first push is going to be taken by Janitors in what, sub 2-3 minute time?
Yeah, Team Janitors are veterans, just showing everybody how it's done. A great sleep dart from Wally there to nullify the tactical visor coming out from Soldier at the end. Team Pug's not even given a chance to make a last stand, and that was just an extremely dominant performance.
Yeah, those big boys there, when you see like the Reinhardt fall, the D.Va bomb went in, it only clipped Reinhardt, a single kill. Doesn't seem like that good value, but when it's the big man himself, the guy that's meant to be keeping all the other little plebs on your team alive, you're in a bit of a disastrous situation.
Yeah, and Team Pugs now have to put some thought into how they want to try and strike back. We've seen that...
Hopefully effectively.
Yeah, Janitors just look like the better individual players. We saw just, as I said, there wasn't really massive team compositions being pulled off there. It was just Ivan on the Pharah finding a good flank. It was Cavino on the Sombra finding the perfect hacks.
Look, I think we do need to highlight the Cavino plays, however, but deep in the enemy lines, going side, saving Private Ryan version there, getting the Bastion twice, double flank twice, one after the after. I mean, that itself was a huge play, though. They've like restricted the DPS options on the side of Pugs for like a good 40 seconds, which you saw just made that second point just disappear like that.
Yeah, and we might get a chance to see the difference between Janitors also playing the Bastion, but they're playing it in the more the composition we've been seeing, which is this bunker comp where you have the Orisa as well, you have Mercy. It's indexed a lot more heavily around Bastion as your major damage dealer. So even the Baptiste with that immortality field, we'll have to see if Pugs have the ability to break through this, because it is something that requires some team play to break it a lot of the time.
Pesky's trying to get a sneaky on the back line there, trying to follow a play from Janitor's book, but does get taken out, or was slowly being pepped, I should say, by the enemy team there. Nice setup from this Bastion and Orisa, just acting as this sort of top, human turret, literally, or robotic turret, I should say. Nice kill there on the Reaper, instantly taken out. Farah's trying to get some peppering onto it, but not able to do it, as we just see Mercy just back up the support on the D.Va now, as the other side Pugs have to regroup to sort of go into this point.
Yeah, and Squidler going to swap. You do not want to play a Reaper into a Bastion. There's just no chance that you ever get near him. With that damage boost coming out from Mercy as well, this Bastion will shred through anybody he sees in a couple of seconds. As I said, we've mostly seen the way to break bunker compositions is building up ultimates, and the nice thing about that is it just means even if Team Pugs eventually do find their way through this, they need to lose a couple of fights to build up those ultimate firsts. It's a time-wasting composition, and with Janitor sweeping through that first round, they were already ahead of the clock so much.
Well, that's it, Janitors, they've got a lot of time to burn, and they're doing it amazingly here. They haven't even looked like they've been touched yet. Have Janitors lost anyone?
I don't think so. It's so hard to reach people with this Orisa, but there we go. Pesky goes for the barrage there.
That's it, but still again, I don't see anyone sort of fall just yet.
Just got the D.Va whack.
Nice little damage there coming out of the Mora onto him, but it's all just peppering him at the moment. Lovely flank attempt, but not yet. We should highlight the D.Va's on 75% of her bomb. That is potentially to be a big play here, because they do have to think about what they're going to do at the Baptiste, though, who can cancel that out.
You've got to get that immortality field out of him first, or D.Va bomb just isn't going to do enough. And Fascinating's got to get close to get any charge on that ultimate.
Oh, just this point here is tough for him right now. I don't know, who would you be looking right now on the side of Pug to kind of like change his situation here?
The difficult thing is that they don't have a lot of the ultimates we've been seeing to break it is either Sombra EMP or Hanzo Dragon Strike. Both of them basically force you to move, and they don't have either of those. If Roadhog can land a hook, then that's fine, but Bastion's going to be staying behind the Orisa shield the entire time, so he's not going to have many opportunities for that.
Yeah, so we just need to see a little bit more team adaptation here on the side of Pug to try and really break through this. Right now, you could say they're just going for the brute force. Pesky getting some nice pepper shots in there with the rockets, but may not be able to do anything. The coalescent comes out, but it's going to be cancelled out pretty fast by death. Riptide's gone out, and that is, of course, from the janitors. Cavino does die, so they have lost the Bastion. He'll be back to it very shortly, but you look on the side of Pug, and they're all dead.
Ivan taking out 2 of their supports is just the end of the fight right there. And Team Pugs, I liked that attempt. It was about as close as they're going to get, but we saw exactly what we were talking about. Fascinating's Diva Bomb couldn't kill anybody because Wally just threw out the immortality field.
Yeah.
And now Cavino gets to set back up. They've got 30 seconds. This is going to be their final push. And Poe takes out Pesky before they can even begin.
Diva Bomb, new anti-air meta. I love it. And the resurrection from Phil on it will get her back into it, get Farah back into the fight faster. But gee, this is just too savage right now. Again, we see Lucio fall there. Nice rocket barrages on the back line. Isn't going to be enough. We do see Pug on the point now, but Poe's going in on the Diva to try and contest it. Has been pushed out. We see Junkrat jump in. He can be a little bit of an X-Factor hero right now, but he's not quite. They're doing a good job of keeping him just off. The barriers are up. The amplification matrix is up as well. They've captured the payload. They're still alive in this game, Bruno. I love it.
Yeah, Pesky the hero for Team Pugs. They're finally finding the opportunity to take that Bastion out without committing so much that the rest of the team couldn't follow up. And they do manage to take the point. They are quickly eliminated afterwards.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a tough one now for them. They need to get back. They need to start pushing this, but there's still remnants, right, of the janitors cleaning them up one by one as they come out. So they can still burn a bit of time here. They still have 2 minutes to get on and push it, but it's going to be tough there. The Riptide comes out looking for a target, can't find anyone. Does the second lap. It's on the victory lap. Oh! Just at the last second, misses its target.
I don't think I've ever seen a Junkrat Reptile keeping people in a spawn room. But that's the situation Team Pugs find themselves in right now.
Oh, we see a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z fight. Looks like it's happening down there. Cavino looking for a new target there. We see fighting around the payload. But Janitors keeping strong and not giving up. Remember, every time a Janitor dies right now, it's a long run back to this point. So they're doing a great job of keeping there. Diva just surviving, gets back into a mech in time. On the side, Janitors allowing this pressure to continue. Raven, Phil, 2 members from Pugs are down. We see Lucio fall now, and it's just a slaughter as Tracer is about to go down as well.
Yeah, this is just starting to look like bullying from the Janitors, I hate to admit it. But Team Pugs managed to find one good fight in this game so far. Janitors still showing that they are the stronger team by far here.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at an option right now. The bomb's gone on. It's not going to really be able to connect and get any damage, unfortunately. Again, no deaths on the side of Janitors. How are they doing this? They've only got Mercy and Baptiste, so they've only got 2 supports doing this, but they're doing the work of the gods, keeping their team perfectly alive. Junkrat's in a little bit of a dire situation. Does fall. Maybe there's an opportunity now for Pug to get in, but they still have 3 members down themselves. Diva Bomb goes off, connects with 1 member, but it was Janitors onto Pub. So it looks like this could be the final showdown at the OK Corral.
Yeah, and this is so brutal. Even if Team Pugs manage to survive here, they've got to push the cart the entire way in overtime now. They're going to give it their best shot.
Well, if they're going to do it, they've got to do it now. Oh, unfortunately, Tracer is down, not involved in this fight. Another bomb's gone off. That fails to connect with anyone. Resurrection coming up onto Mercy from Phil. Fails to get taken out. Unfortunately, we see more members sort of stream onto the payload. Desperately fighting to keep the dream alive. Now, it is only the first map. They do have to win 2, but it's not over just yet. Diva Bomb goes out, connects onto Yavan playing the Torbjorn. Whoa, when did that come out there? Sorry, that was actually onto the Mercy. But oh, this fight is tight. They're pushing it. Oh my God, Bruno, it moved. It moved an inch. They're making ground. This is it. This is the dream. This is the comeback story here.
3 minutes after taking point, they've finally taken control of the cart. But as I said, they've got to take it all the way around this castle road in overtime now.
I believe they can. The Doomfist has come onto the back line to create some havoc. And we see the Molten Core get popped from Tureborn. It's going to be enough, and it will take out Pug. What a valiant effort from the side of PUG.
Belief not enough to keep Team Pugs in it there.
Oh. Nana, tell us about the time you almost pushed the cart all the way in overtime. Oh, you know what? It was a one-sided encounter on this map here in Arkenwall. But I gotta say, gee, Pug's got some fight in them. Pug's got some fight in them. You know, they didn't perform the best, but they definitely have the crowd on their side.
I'm glad they gave it a good shot. And again, at least we're seeing something other than GOATs right now. Like, even being the team that's behind Team Pugs don't feel the need to switch. We've got to go GOATs. It's the only composition to play. You know, they're giving it their best, and they're playing some heroes that are at least a bit more fun to see, and a bit more fun to make those plays on, you know, the Farah and stuff like that.
Look, I think it's good we are seeing a little bit of variance in the team rosters, the team compositions. But what I think we need to see a little bit better adaptation, though. You know, on that last fight, you were talking about the heroes, like you were talking about the Hanzos of the world, where they can force the enemy to move. I think that's what we need to see. We need to see that adaptation.
Yeah, that's
good. They're playing different heroes, and they can clearly make it work, but they obviously need more effectiveness, right? They've got to make it work now, not down the track when they get that lucky kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure how familiar Team Pugs are with the competitive meta right now. Of course, it is quite new because of how late Overwatch League switched to the new patch. But they're going to have to figure it out quickly because our next map is going to be Junkertown. And even before this patch, that was one that was infamous for enabling the bunker composition. So if Janitor feel like it, they can absolutely take that Bastion again. And as attackers, just push the cart the entire way. And this time, I think Team Pugs are going to have a quicker answer for it. As I said, you want ultimates that you can combo, that you can force the Bastion to move. Because if you force him to, you know, go out of turret mode and try and find a new place to hide with the Hanzo Dragon Strike or with the Sombra EMP, then you have a chance to tear that composition apart. Because so much of it is about just focusing on Bastion. You've got Orisa practically only there to throw up shields. You've got Baptiste practically only there to have his immortality field on the Bastion. And you've got Mercy sitting there to damage boost a Bastion. So as long as you have Bastion on the move and not able to be outputting that tremendous damage, then you have a chance to split that composition apart and win the fight. And yeah, it's just a matter for Team Pugs of if they're going to be able to make those changes to find some heroes that works for them, that they can play, and that they can use to split that composition apart.
Yeah, 100% in that sort of idea. And yeah, I think like to Hanzo, what was another hero you're talking about that also has the effectiveness like that? So Hanzo, what about
Farah's not a bad one. Like, that is what they were using, but Farah's dangerous because, of course, she's trying to find that kind of sneaky flank to get up there and surprise barrage. And if you catch her, then you get to kill her, and it's just another 30 seconds.
So Hanzo's a more direct option. It's like a hard counter, whereas you've got Farah who's sort of a bit soft. It's a soft counter. Literally, she's a soft target. You know, she can easily get taken out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Hanzo gets to just throw the Dragon Strike from wherever he is, and it's going to go across the Bastion.
He could literally go hide behind a wall and fire it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute safety.
So I think as far as the pro meta is concerned, Hanzo's been the typical choice.
Is there any Mei combination that works, or does the amplification matrix, not amplification matrix, the immortality field wreck that as well? I mean, it wouldn't kill them, but it would still lock down the... I guess it's not as effective.
Mei's just a bit awkward, a lot harder to build that ultimate up. Like, Hanzo just gets to throw arrows into tanks until he's got his ultimate. Mei has a bit more trouble with that, and she's just, again, a very easy target for Bastion. If she's in a position where she can deal damage, Bastion can deal a lot of damage back.
Yeah.
And we may not see the bunker composition, but Janitor obviously quite willing to play it, and as I said, this map, even before this patch, was infamous for being a composition where you could run that.
Pirate ship.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone through a few names. My favorite is still El Presidente, of course. So we're going to be seeing the teams choosing their teams in a second here. And I'm fully expecting the bunker composition to come out. It's also just such a fun one to see. I'm sure I've made some enemies of the solo queue players right now, but as someone who mostly watches, I do always enjoy just seeing the opportunity for teams to play Bastion. It's just one of those funny things, you know, it's just genuinely amusing to see that coming out. But so far, Unless Hemi's going to be switching onto it, we may not be seeing Bastion coming out from Janitors here. They're going for a bit more aggressive, and there it may be the May that you were asking about.
Yeah, maybe just a meme on trait. you can kind of see there. You've got the Mercy, you've got the Orisa. There's mix and match. I like it, you know. Mix and match, scratch and sniff.
I think Janitors feeling themselves a little bit here, just kind of playing whatever they want right now.
There's a little bit of a flexing moment going on here.
So we'll see if Team Pugs are able to punish them for that. That Ashe, certainly not something you'd consider OP right now, but hey, she finds the kill.
Not OP on paper, but apparently she's OP in this. Hammond goes in now looking for an opportunity. Doesn't really connect to anyone, putting pressure onto the enemy team. Hanzo, you know, expecting the Bastion play. I actually sort of like this. There was a little bit of a what's normally played here. Janet's gone, all right, well, let's pick something slightly different so you don't have the counter for it. And it's that, you know, it's that guessing game now. Like, we have to see the enemy team Pesky go, ooh, 50% ultimate build. I'm going to have to drop off from that now and switch to a different hero. Losing a lot of, especially if all of a sudden they could just bust out Bastion, you know? They could bust out the bunker comp. And it's effective without ultimates.
Yeah, the thing with the bunker comp is if you do stop the push at all, it's much harder to retake control of the cart. So it's a little dangerous to walk someone back to spawn to switch, but Wally finding an opportunity with on Pesky there.
Yeah.
As Hemi even throws out the Blizzard to fight breaking out in the corridors here, but it's kind of all going one way.
Yeah, it's looking just for kills now. Hammond himself connecting onto the D.Va, looking for a round. I think that's like mech on mech combat there. Hammond in his mech, D.Va in her mech. And obviously the hamster was better. Of course, when I say Hammond, guys, I am talking about Wrecking Ball. That's the name of the hamster, right, Hammond?
Yeah. And yeah, so I'm talking about Janitors flexing, and they are a bit. But the composition they are running is something we've been seeing, and that is Wrecking Ball as the sole tank. Kavino, good kill there. And then just playing a bunch of DPS. And you've just got enough disruption through Wrecking Ball there to be able to get away with this. Ashe, not the most traditional DPS choice, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the flex moment. So it's even been a bit of like a sniper wall here. They're keeping their distance. They're looking for those opportunities to kill the Bastion on the enemy team. And they can use something like Mai to keep them safe a little bit with the ice wall. They kind of advance up the path. So I sort of do like that sort of adaptation and use there. Reinhardt fall on the side now. That's going to be bad for you.
Yeah, and Team Pug's just struggling to find an opportunity to set up. They've got the Reinhardt, they've got the Bastion, they've got the Mercy. They really want to be able to just put him somewhere with line of sight, but honestly, Janitors haven't let them. They've had Wally in there on the side and Kavino finding these snipes.
Oh, beautiful minefield there, acting as a complete nuisance as the enemy runs out of their spawn area. That's going to allow him to nicely get the cart up. Cart slowly approaching the turn now. A lone Ashe carrying it to victory.
Take Knight just pushed Pesky into the minefield. Oh, yeah. That's extremely rude. But you can see they're just... Team Pugs have not been given opportunity to get their feet under them. Janitor have had 1 or 2 people on the cart the whole time.
Oh, that shot was just precision.
And the rest of the team is just sitting way forward, basically playing in Pug's spawn again.
Oh, it's a tough fight here.
Pesky gonna give it a go with that Dragon Blade.
Oh, pressure onto the back line. Genji getting taken out by Ashe as they continue this push here. Hammond being a wrecking ball of a character right now. And he just goes through back and forth around the objective, around the payload. It's close to being pushed on the point now, but we still see a trickle of members on the side of Pug keeping that at bay. But ever so slowly getting there. The mines have come out again, looking for new victims. Finally falls. This could be a bit of a change here. Pesky getting 2 kills, Mercy and Hammond. Opening the game up now, allowing them to defend. Has fallen there. The D.Va bomb goes down. Fails to connect to anyone, unfortunately. Waste of a big resource there. But it has brought a little bit of time as the enemy team did have to back out from that. But we just see a continued thing. Bob's finally coming out, acting as a bit of a deterrent now from anyone on the enemy team going down into the underground. But Pug have helped to set up here. quite nicely. About to get a kill on the Tracer. Does teleport out, but she's still a nuisance in the back line.
Yeah, and Janet is kind of trickling in a bit there, honestly, but it looks like they're going to form up now and make a final push.
It's almost gone.
Pulse
She's
bomb
looking
down.
for a big target on the Reinhardt.
It got eaten by Squidly's defense matrix.
Oh.
Squidly was ready for it that time.
I was waiting for a big pulse bomb just to take out your 4 or 5 members, but no dream. The blades come out from Genji. He's going in looking at the snowman, wants to come out, tries to find the Mercy instead, can't connect, trying to get the Ninja Stars on. Unfortunate waste of the result. I think he did get a kill onto one member of the enemy team as he looks for new targets here. I gotta watch that payload, however. I think there is someone sneakily on the back line. It is Reinhardt about to push it over the top, but is getting held down by 3 members now from Pug as they look to try and slowly secure this Blizzard. Nice position, stoning out the enemy team. Pug dropped to 3 members, 2 members. Oh, hammer down, but he's too late.
Unlucky in the end. A valiant final stand, honestly. Pesky came so close to getting the resets there, but Poe with the sneaky Mercy was able to deny that for so long that Janitors were able to rally and finish that push off in the end.
That Earth Shadow was so good, but of course the animation locking Reinhardt in place stopped them from taking that one more step to be in the contested zone. Oh, that's gonna hurt a little bit. But now it's flipped. We're going to see what Pug can do on this map now in their pushing power. How are they going to play this? Because, you know, you could say they've been outstyled a little bit from the side of Janitors. You know, not going the traditional bunker comp, not going the bunker comp we see on this map, and almost fooling their choices because they did come out with the Hanzo early. So we're going to see, are they going to try something similar? Come out with that sort of solo wrecking ball with the rest of DPS? Or are they going to look at more traditional, not traditional, but the power play comp with the bunker?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Team Pug's clearly not interested in just kind of running the meta here, but showing some signs of life in that final defense. So hopefully for their sake, they'll be able to find a solid attack here. Right now it does look like they're picking the Bastion, but not really much defense for him, which is a dangerous game. Meanwhile, Janitors once more kind of just picking whatever they feel like, to be honest. With I don't know that I'd call Torbjorn a traditional defender on First Point Junkertown, but Ivan's gonna give it a go.
It's in the name. He's a defender, right? It's in the name. So they do have the Reinhardt for the shield. That's going to be their option.
Yeah,
against
they did swap back to that.
They got something. The defense matrix from the D.Va will help a little bit as well. But yeah, it is going to be a bit of concern there. Bastion already, he precisioned. The enemy team just focusing fire. Bastion already gone. A lot of DPS down here. Reinhardt had the charge in now. Has been frozen by Mei. That's going to be disastrous because he will fall. Again, less shields for when Bastion does return. Pesky on the... It's getting mauled to death now inside the bunker. Sorry, inside the building, I should say. The building of death.
Yeah, and just a good hold from Janitor there. I don't know if that was Genji's deflect or if he just landed the final shuriken, but either way, Pesky gets that... Kavino gets that kill onto the Bastion, and without that, there's just not that much damage left for Team Pugs. But that's a good start to this fight.
All right, there we go. Pug now, they've replaced the starter motor on the payload, and it's starting to move again. As Bastion, gets out of the way of the Tracer Pulse Bomb. Thank God for that. Goes into turret mode, is pummeling into it. Amplification Matrix, causing a lot of pain as we see Poe and Wally on the side of Janitor to take out the Bastion. On Pub. Pesky started before they could finish. They get taken out with the Dragon Blade. Unfortunate use of a resource just then as the enemy team Janitor Genji goes onto the back line. Nice deflect there. Pushing back Bastion into the zone. Gets taken out just before they could duck around the wall. As we see now Squidly looking for options here on the Reinhardt. Guarded against an explosion. Looking for the next one. Sends out the Fire Strike. But gee, I feel he needs to push back right now. He's just wasting that shield.
Yeah, Janitor just not giving them a chance to kind of fully regroup. And we saw the damage potential coming out from Poe there, which is not something that many supports can say, but with that Amplification Matrix, there you go again. Poe himself, along with the rest of his team, can just put out so much damage.
See all the enemy team and how many criticals you saw just then on the side of Pug? It's like everyone on the side of Janitor is just rolling natural 20s. This is insane.
Yeah, and Pesky playing with fire there, trying to trust to Phil's healing.
Oh, the tank mode has been activated. Wasted a little bit as well. Went for the Tracer that teleported away. Convino looking very convenient there on the Genji. Getting a nice little kill there with their own Dragon Blade. And now just acting as a real deterrent in the... Oh, did you see the bait there? Come out to get the Genji and get the Symmetra turrets instead.
Yeah, by the way, Hemi's on Symmetra now.
Yeah. I didn't see that change.
So, Team Janitor's just looking to make it as annoying as possible for Pugs to leave their base.
There's a bit of a cleanup on aisle 4 here. Janitor's looking to secure this game out. There's only a minute left. Pug's gonna have to do something big here as we see the majority of the members have fallen. And Janitor's doing a reverse payload ride back to the starting point.
Yeah, and what Pugs have here right now is Nano Blade combo. The Nano Boost and the Dragon Blade, so if they can find something here, they can start pushing it, but it's looking a lot like game 1 here. Even if they win this fight, they've got so much left.
Pesky's doing it. It's got the Nano Blade out, going ham on the back line, getting a couple of nice kills. We got one, got two, got an assist in there as well, looking for another target here. This is a good opportunity for a push now on the side of Pug. But we've seen this before. They get a little bit of momentum, and then Janitors just come back. Photon Barrier acting as a deterrent to anyone trying to shoot onto the payload now. Nice wall there from Mai, just preventing any more follow-up. But Kavina on the Widowmaker is going to set up and start popping some shots into this public enforcement line now. It's overtime! Okay, we've been in that situation before.
I think this time we should see Pugs making it to the first point here to increase their clock. But
it's not over to
it does look like Janitor's going to try and stop them.
Did it get there? It's still contested. The ultimates are building, but there's nothing right now. Hemi's doing a great job. Does get taken out. Opportunity for Pug to finally get over the line, but it's not enough. Oh, look at this. What color is that? So close. Mora was so close to recontesting, but so far.
Yeah, a heartbreaking finish once again, but kind of what we expected coming in, as Janitor's our veteran team here at RFLAN, and I think Team Pugs, just judging by their name, haven't played together very often before now.
Yeah, there's definitely not a bit of weak team synergy, but you know they came up against RFLAN's last champions. I'm confident. Don't quote me on that. I'm confident Janitor's won last RFLAN. So they're coming up against the historically strongest team here at RFLAN.
Yeah, so. And I think we can't expect victory from them here. I'm glad that they gave us a show. I'm glad that they tried to make some plays. We saw, you know, some Genji Dragon Blades, some Fire Barrages. That looked pretty sweet.
The Dragon Blade with Nano Boost, it worked for them. So it got a lot of job done in the backline. You saw the Pesky got 3 kills from that. And that was that big conversion to push the card all the way to the first point. Again, couldn't capture, couldn't get it pushed over the line. But that was the play that got them that far.
Yeah, it's just a matter of for every nice play that Team Pugs made, Janitor had about 5 of them.
Yeah, that's it.
The math just doesn't work out in your favor.
It was an unbalanced ratio. It's a terrible formula. All right, so that was the first semi-final. So obviously Janitors go through to the grand final, hoping to be crowned the champions again.
Yep.
So we're going to be setting up for the second semi, which shortly.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that soon.
But guys, so we're just going to go in a short break, but don't go anywhere. You're going to be thrown to the host desk where you check out the hottest action that's been going on while these Overwatch games are in progress.
Amazing. Hey, in there, brothers. Okay, alright, ready to watch this? Hang on. Oh man, this is so weird. I think that's part of the point. Okay, alright. Hey, yeah! Dang.
I love it. Go, baby, go.
Right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, not quite. Okay, so we need to like pull it up.
Yep. Are you ready?
Oh my god.
There's no feeling more intense.
No!
If If you deleted your homework the day before it was due...
Who's talking right now?
It's a
you left
guy
your
in the
wallet
game.
at
Oh,
No, dude, this game is going to
Oh.
be frustrating as
If you
heck,
want
I
some
can
money-
tell
you
you right
say
now.
that. You
Link
say
all your
that,
winnings on Reddit
but I
that
think
came
it's
up
going to be
live.
good times.
If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately
I can
dropped
hear
food on it. If you want an argument... with
All
a
right,
friend,
so
All right.
ladies and
And then later
gentlemen, for
discovered
folks joining
it
us
was
from
returned to the original
RF1,
state.
the
Starting
esports
over
side of it, I
is
hope your
harder than
Overwatch
starting
stream
off.
was good.
If
You
you're
are
not ready
joined
for
here
that,
by
like if you've already
Grizz,
had a bad
this
day,
guy
and
right
what you're
here.
about
Look
to
at
go
that! Look
through
at that
is
handsome
too
fellow.
Feel free
And
to
Howdy,
go away and come
folks.
back.
And myself, Mighty
I'll
Blue
be here.
Justice.
No worries.
Okay, so janitors are currently a point up, and the next game should be soon for the RFLAN channel. But if you guys actually, look, just quietly, RFLAN TV2, this is the channel where the fun happens. As you can see, you get to watch someone flail badly with a hammer in a tree. How? How did you do?
I don't
how
know.
are you the way you are?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Series of events have occurred in your life to generate the kind of person that
Okay.
you are sitting here? Amazing.
So, what I want to know, quickly, welcome guys, welcome. I hope you had a great time over there with your Overwatch. Welcome. You're at the best
They
channel.
will be back with their next match should be starting soon. So
Okay,
they won't be here
alright.
all that often, all that long.
Well, if anyone knows how to play this game, please type in the chat. Tell me what I need to do to get my hammer on the other side of
I
the tree.
genuinely don't know how you've managed to do
Do
that.
I restart here, dude, or what? I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm...
Can you knock the tree down, or what?
No, I think you... Is there like a restart button?
I don't know. I don't know, man. You can go up.
Amazing.
You can go up, I believe. Okay. Well, someone's telling us you can go up. Thank you very much, Cloudy Cat. Welcome in, guys. How you all doing? Welcome on in. Come on in. Also, we're open to game suggestions. We're just kind of filling time while you guys wait.
pretty
for the
much.
next
Just
Overwatch
pass
game.
the time. I mean, this is pretty amusing to watch. Come on, man.
Oh, dude, I know how to do it. I can. Hey!
Whoa!
Oh!
Don't fall off the front.
Your
All right,
boys.
okay. You can do it. You can do it. I believe you. Ooh. Okay.
Okay, all right, we're doing this. We're doing this. You ready?
Yep.
Hey! Oh, not quite. Not quite, man.
Amazing. Incredible.
The skills of this man. All right, in chat, I want you to tell me how this guy ended up in a pot. I want to know.
I mean, a better question is how come you're not?
What?
Alrissa asks, what in the actual hell are we playing? We are playing
Yes.
the indie darling of 2017, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Game is available on Steam, and it's pretty much a man in a cauldron with a hammer climbing a mountain.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much it. Recons TV asks, when is the next Overwatch game? The best answer I have to that is soon. Trademark Blizzard.
But you guys don't want to be watching Overwatch. You want to stay here at...
Second.
Oh.
Alright,
Check Discord, all right.
I'll click on Discord.
Guys, we get some GGs in the
Alright.
chat for getting
Thanks for
over
coming
it.
with me on this trip.
Did
I'll
it?
understand if you
Did
have
it?
to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place
Hey,
to
Jimmy,
stop
how are you,
and quit the
Jimmy?
game.
How are you, mate?
Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always.
What's good?
Even your
Yeah.
mistakes.
Oh, that was pretty good there. Pretty good. Have you played this?
Have you played this, Nalo? Does it make you angry?
This game
Oh
is a
my-
homage to a free
I
game
think
that
I'm-
came out in
I think
2000.
I'm a
Come on, shout
titled
into the
Sexy
mic
Hike.
here about
think-
how mad it
The
makes
author
you.
of that game was Jazzuo, a mysterious Czech designer.
Come
who
on,
was
have
known
you
at the
played
time
this,
as
have
the
you?
father of B
Can you tell me why there's this
The
guy in
B
a
games
pot?
are rough assemblages of found objects.
No, I
Designers
don't.
slap them together very
Do you wanna put
quickly
this
and
on?
freely. And they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following.
I'm killing
They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
So, there is a background story to this game.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
Can you hear them talking?
It's
Yeah,
built
yeah,
almost
that's part of the
entirely
game.
out of
So,
found and recycled
His
parts.
his mate
And
broke
it's one
up
of the
with
most
his
unusual and
girlfriend,
unfriendly games of its
and he was
time.
really down.
In
and
it,
he
your
created
task is
this
simply
game
to drag yourself up a
called
mountain
Getting
with a
Over
hammer.
It,
The
and
act of
to make his
climbing
mate play
in
the
digital
game.
world or in real life, has
That's
certain
why it was
essential
created,
properties
because
that
his
give the
mate
game
broke up
its
with his
flavor.
girlfriend.
Amazing.
No amount
Yeah.
of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs
Alrissa
are too
says a
sheer or
wild
too
buck
slippery.
night is how he got
And
in the
player is
cauldron.
constantly
No!
unremittingly in
Oh
danger of
my
falling and
God!
losing everything.
Oh, I'm angry just watching you do that. Holy shit! Oh yeah.
Dang!
All right, come on, man. All right, nice.
Hey, anyone who's at RFLAN right now that is legitimately good at this game,
yeah, come over to the host desk.
come over to the host desk, come and play, come and have a crack. Show me how to play it. Do it. Do it.
Oh my god, this is a pain. Oh man. Okay, all right.